Yes, under. Come again. Your eye.
Two mornings, isn't it?
Let's go. Go for it, go for it. Yeah, yeah. Let's go. Come on now. Hey, hey, hey. Left up, Harry. Get on. Come on, good. Left, left. Get up. Up, up. There. Cut it in. Get there, Red.
There's been an iPhone handed in that was left over far side of the field. If anyone's missing an iPhone, please come to the clubhouse.
Right.
Goal to the Jet Charlestown City Blues 1, Jet 1.
Cameras are here, looking at Paddy. Strength going.
Oh, you're standing off. Give it up. Johnny, come here. Hey, you can't get beyond him. And then beat him in your fucking face. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Better. Yeah, forward. Yeah. Jacko, right shoulder. Right. Jacko, just drop a little. Right. Yes. Come on, hold him up. Let's go. Hey, good enough there. Yes.
He's giving him so
Smith!
What
Maybe we can just say that. Well, we've waited and waited and waited for 7 long months, but finally, the NPL Northern New South Wales football is back here live on Bar TV Sports, and tonight it is the first of 115 NPL matches set to be broadcasted live this season. And what a match is going to be here tonight. Charlestown City facing off with the Newcastle Jets youth at Lyle Carr Oval, the home of the Blues. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Quentin Connors, also known as Q, and it's great to be with you to welcome in the new season here tonight. A bit of a chilly night here at Whitebridge at Lyle Carr Oval. A bit of a winter's night to welcome in the new season. But both teams, we just had an absolutely electric under-20s match. Both teams about to come onto the field, ready to kick off the 2019 season. It's been a long off-season. Finally, we're almost ready to kick off 2019 as the players begin their march onto the field for the first time this season. I will run through the lineups for you tonight, and we'll start with the home side. Charlestown, number 1 in goals as Nathan Archibald making his return to Newcastle. Number 5 is Cameron Saluni. Number 4 is Kane Goodchild. Number 14, Kevin Davidson. Number 6 is the captain, Matt Tull. Number 8 is Pete McPherson. Number 7 is Riley McNaughton. Number 10, Cal Lewis. Number 11, Reen Ferguson. Number 13, Scott Smith. And number 19, another new signing for Charlestown, Max Vedga. For the Jets youth tonight, number 15 starting, Patrick Langloy. Number 17, Jackson Frendo. Number 10, Angus Thurgate, who's obviously featured a lot for the senior team as well. Number 11 is Mackie Petrados. Number 5, the captain, Kieran Hayes. Number 4, Thomas Beecham. Number 6, Ryan Goodhue. The goalkeeper, number 1, Noah James. Number 2 is Cole Mutton. Number 3, Callum Gabriel. And number 7 is Matthew Barco, who coming in for the first time tonight as well for the Newcastle Jets after playing with APL Leichhardt last season in the NPL New South Wales competition. And I've just been joined as well by my co-host for tonight's game. He's a man who I imagine is probably just as excited as I am for the season. He's just chucked on the headset. The Englishman who plays in goals for Lake Macquarie City, Stewie Plant. Welcome aboard, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you for having me.
You've only been here for probably about 20 seconds in the ground. You're back already onto the mic, but mate. How exciting is this, the start of the 2019 season?
Oh, it's brilliant. All the hype around it this week has been absolutely amazing. You know, and what better way to start here at Leichhardt? The pitch looks amazing. You know, both lads ready to wearing to go. So, yeah, should be a cracker, mate.
Well, I mean, what's your tip? We'll start off. It might change throughout the night a little bit, but what's your tip at the start of the game?
Having played at Charlie at the start of last year, you know, I've got a few mates at Charlestown and stuff like that. So, me personally, I reckon Charlestown 2-1.
2-1.
Yep.
Stewie Plant is saying we'll have to wait and see. Big bag of nerves and excitement, I can imagine, on the field for the players today. So kicking off the 2019 NPL season. And we are underway for 2019. Charlestown City running left to right in the sky blue jumpers this season, going away from the white jersey they wore last season. The Newcastle Jets in that famous royal blue running right to left on your screens. It's a bit of a battle on the far side of the field at the moment. Stewie, you've just come from your Lake Macquarie training tonight. Yep. You guys playing on Saturday night against Lambton. Must be pretty keen to get on the field like these guys are tonight.
Yeah. Oh, we can't wait. Like I said, you prepare 4 or 5 months now. We've been preparing for Saturday, so we hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a good start, which is key. You get a good start in the season, and it'll set you up nicely for the year, kind of thing. So,
Charlestown now taking early possession. The Jets keeping over that far side. Thomas Beecham now cleared away down the ground by Goodhue. Now running here. Oh, it has been taken down just on the edge of the box there. Matt Tull, and he doesn't look all too good either. Looked like he might have been in through there on goal. Might have been looking for a shot. Or he's back up into his feet now.
He's a tough cookie, Tully.
Bit of a natural-born leader as well.
Cracking lad as well. Riley McNaughton. Good to see him back as well after
that injury, last season.
Last year as well.
there's been a Charlestown team that was really plagued by injury a lot last year. Had quite a few of their boys out. This year, looks like they're all back and ready to go, though. Yeah. They've got the early advantage here, potentially. Chance to get an early lead. It's going to be too high over the crossbar. Noah James was watching that one sail across. Remember, you can watch every single minute of the NPL Northern New South Wales this season right here on Bar TV Sports. Make sure you use the hashtag CCBVNJY, which is going to be used throughout the season this year. As a way to connect better with each game as we watch on. A bit of a duffed goal kick there by Noah James. Kieran Hayes unable to bring it down. Goodchild now. Bowls in Cal Lewis. Can he get a turn away? He can't. He gives it back to Goodchild instead, who just knocks that left foot cross under back stick. But it's not going to be a corner. Noah James cleaning it up just before it goes over the byline. And then a short throw there. Kieran Hayes, a duffed kick there again. Charlestown lumping the pressure onto the moments, except that's an easy way to get rid of that pressure.
I was just about to say, just take it. No one needs to just relax there a little bit more. And the gaffers come flying out and said the exact same thing. Let it catch in the breath, and then go from there. Obviously,
Labino Hidaliti, the coach of the Newcastle Jets this season, the Newcastle Jets youth, I should say, the sole coach. Lou McKenna stepping away from coaching duties this season. Former Newcastle Jet, also Western Sydney Wanderers player Labino Haliti. Very knowledgeable, and he's bringing a lot to this Jets youth side. Aki Petrados with the now brother of Dimmy, and who features so often for the Jets. Now James is switching the play over the far side. It's like Beecham over there, and this has been hit after the kick as well, so it's going to be a free kick. It's a bit of a cool night here tonight as well. I didn't actually bring a jumper, so I might be shivering as I get further into the game. But
prepared, it is a little bit fresh, and that's coming from an Englishman. It is a little bit fresh.
Jets just keeping the ball at the back, doing what you said, Stewie, just take control of the game a little bit, take your time with it, and now they're kind of looking to break forward. Trados now getting at the attackers, does successfully find Barker there. And now it's Thurgate, the Port Macquarie Pele, some call him. He's been dispatched there, though, with a bit of a sliding challenge. And for a through ball there into behind the defence, but snuffed out. Now it seems the Jets putting a bit of pressure on Charlestown now after that 2 minutes of chaos at first, and it's Goodhue gets a crossover, Goodhue, and it's blocked though. It's going to be a corner for the Jets. I spoke to Tanchevsky, I should say, during the off-season. Dave Tanchevsky, I should say, not Tan, Dave Chesky, as I was about to say. And he said it's always hard getting the Newcastle Jets in the first round because they've actually played in the National Y League earlier on, so they don't really have an off-season.
No, they don't. No, they don't. It works in their favour how they fit and stuff like that. We were lucky enough to play him in the friendly on Friday night, and there was a few first-teamers in there, Nick Calburn played and stuff, but a lot of these lads out here played, and you could tell just the sharpness about him and stuff like that. Angus Thurgate, he tore us apart basically. He was, he was very good out wide. They played him out wide, and then he's. Well, how good is it to see him out here tonight, having represented Australia and stuff like that as well? So
he's had a terrific, I should say, season with the Newcastle Jets this year. He's been great on the field. He's usually been coming off the bench. Started a few games though, even played in that Asian Champions League game that went to extra time against Indonesian team Jakarta. Ball over the far side. It's going to get blocked though, and a corner kick to come for the Blues. Newcastle Jets actually missing their star midfielder though, Jack Simmons, who's actually away with the under-17s Australian Joey side. Playing in Turkey at the moment.
It's not a bad gig, is it?
No.
Not a bad gig.
That team, I think they went down yesterday morning or so, 4-1, although still a terrific achievement to be in that squad. Jack Simmons is a header now. Going to go wide and goal kick to come.
Dangerous from corners, Charlestown.
Well, like you said, Stewie, as well, you played with Charlestown a little bit at the beginning of last season before you move over to Lake Macquarie, so you know a bit about these boys and how, I guess, especially their front third, that, you know, Kane Goodchild, Scott Smith.
Well, he missed most of the year as well last year, Goody, so it was obviously, you know, it's a big plus for them to get him back. You know, quite frankly, his physicality, and he is, you know, leading goals, won the Golden Boot a few years, and like I said, a man of his experience, you know, it's quality having your side kind of thing. You know, him and Scott Smith with Carl Lewis just behind him, you know, that's what we'll be looking to get that Carl in that 10 role. Well, yeah, him and Goody and Scott Smith worked very well together, and we were lucky, you know, to play against them last year and beat them 3-0, you know, when they were depleted with a lot of injuries, you know, but it would have been a completely different story had they, you know, had their full strength side out. So
I guess Kane Goodchild is a stat just to show you how dominant he can be in such little games anyway. He only played 10 games last season and scored 7 goals, which is a pretty remarkable stat.
Yeah. No, he's a nightmare. I remember at training as well, you know, he'd always make you work, and, you know, you can only imagine what it'd be like playing against him. So
well, he's a 3-time Golden Boot winner before. If he wins it this year, you may as well just call it the Kane Goodchild Award.
Yes. Well, hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully Sammy Walker wins it from me. But you know, you would expect Goodchild to be up there, certainly.
Another striker that will be prepping to get onto the field later on, you'd expect in the second half. Jamie Burns coming from Edgeworth to his new club, Charlestown.
Which is a good signing as well for him. You know, they recruited quite well, Charlestown, this year, I think.
The cross comes in now, looking for Goodchild, but it's going to go over his head, and now Mackie's got a bit of space on his hand. Mackie Petrados, he gets away, he's doing well. And now he's looking for Thurgate, but Thurgate overruns it a bit too far. Yeah, control back again though. Thurgate with the ball, touch on the inside again. Frendo, and Frendo swings it out to Kieran Hayes, the captain. Looking for Thurgate in the middle of the field there, but can only find Charlestown's McPherson. McPherson actually a former player of the year back when he was playing at West Wallsend in 2010. It's almost a brilliant ball slotted through there for Kane Goodchild, I think it was. Riley McNaughton, as you said, making his return after sitting out for quite a while on the sidelines from injury. I think he was about one of 6 or 7 Charlestown first-team players who got injured as his long throw comes in. Heels for a high foot, but referee says no, and well, Charlestown win the throw-in. First brilliant touchdown to bring it. Langlois now with it. He was looking long, but instead he's just given it away. Charlestown with it, heaving the pressure on. Matt Tull's got a bit of space in the middle there, and he tries to swing it out wide there to Breen Ferguson, I think it was. But hit the referee and said, now the Jets are going forward. Thurgate just overrunning it a little bit. Forced to Petrados. He's trying to skip away from the defence, but ends up running into another Charlestown defender. Frendo does well to keep the ball. And what's interesting as well about this Newcastle Jets team is that they, as we often see with the Jets, they usually have a bit of a turnover each season as players kind of move on and leave the club, and new players coming in from the 18s and so. But this year it's quite the same kind of team. There isn't too many changes across the board.
No, which will work well for them as well. You know, I haven't gone into the youth league and then coming onto this as well. So, you know, they're always going to be competitive. So
there's Angus Thurgate now when he was in behind, but not sure if he was looking for a ball across the goal or actually going for goal himself, but didn't trouble Nathan Archibald in goals, who's making a return back to Newcastle, coming from the Brisbane Strikers in Queensland, spending a season there.
It's good to see him back as well.
Bit of a veteran of Hunter goalkeeping, I suppose, in the goalkeepers union here.
Yes, he is, yes. I was, my first year out here, I was lucky enough to train with Archie at Magic. I did a few sessions with him at the end of the year, so I was lucky to meet him and train with him and stuff, and just his professionalism, you know, just the way he is about his goalkeeping, you know, he's certainly opened my eyes as well. You know, and since them sessions, you know, I always wanted to play in the NPL, quite frankly, because of him. He probably doesn't know it standing out there, but, you know, but like I said, it's little things like that as a keeper looking up, and he's been around for years and moved to Brisbane and did quite well up there, and then obviously back here at Charlestown, which is a massive plus for Charlie.
Well, definitely a good replacement for someone like Danny Ireland after losing him, who's also another veteran of the of the league. Kind of was, I wouldn't say single-handedly put them in the FFA Cup, but did a massive
but it was some
job
game that wasn't it?
did a massive job to get them there in that round 7 clash, the final qualifier.
Yeah, it was.
The corner here for Charlestown City. Swung straight into the 6-yard box. Can they get a header? Looked like there was a bit of a deft touch there, but it was straight into the back of someone in front of the goal. It's Thurston now. He does well on that close edge here. Now Davidson, he does well also. Getting the ball into Thurston there. Charlestown just doing well in numbers at the moment. Defending is Kane Goodchild.
Nearly.
You almost saw a bit of goodie magic then. Always giving us the goodies, you could say. I'll try and keep the puns to a minimum. Done well out there. Is that Goodchild again? And I think it is, but he's dispatched there by, I think it was over the far side, Goodhue. Ryan Goodhue, yep. Having that far side there. It's a good throw in straight to the feet of Goodchild, but he can't find an on-running player there. McPherson does well in the middle again to keep the ball. There's a bit of a seesawing first 10 minutes or so of this game. No one really getting up a hand. It's Charlestown now, though. Cal Lewis looking for a ball into Scott Smith. Goodchild now finds Scott Smith, but Smith puts it over the bar. Noah James not happy with his defenders there, letting him get across the face a goal like that. And you're talking about that connection between Goodchild and Smith. We almost saw it right there in action then.
That was a great chance, wasn't it? Smith, you know, knowing what Scott's like, he'd be disappointed with that, but he really should have took it, really.
You expect someone of his calibre, his goal-scoring ability, to probably put that one away, but nevertheless, 0-0, and that was a part of their game that Tianchevsky, the coach, wasn't real happy with from last season. Their goal-scoring, which you can understand, seeing as they had those injuries to those key men up front, but in terms of the top 6, they were quite far behind in terms of goals scored. Their defence was quite strong and stable for most of the season, but their attack was just lacking a little bit, and we just see it there again. They'll need to start putting goals and chances like that away if they want to be playing finals football this season.
And it'll come for them. You can sort of see straight away how they're looking to play, and you know, very direct towards the goal. You know, you're with Goody and Smith. You know, Goodchild's doing a lot of running. And like I said, they're looking to get in Smith and Carl Lewis in and around the box. Well,
that speed of Carl Lewis is so dangerous in there. You just saw it before then, that little touch. You can just take one touch away towards goal and just skip away from you.
Yeah.
Last season, the Blues, they got 32 goals scored. 30 goals, actually, I should say. The Newcastle Jets, they scored 32 goals. As the corner comes in now, there's another good curling ball in. Now, a bit of space here for the Newcastle Jets. Petrados, he's going forward with it. Bombing on down the outside is Thurgate. It's going to land for Thurgate. Can he put him ahead? Saved by Archibald.
He's gone for a throw-in for for Charlestown as well.
And we just talked about the missed chance by Charlestown. You've got to expect that that's a missed chance as well for Newcastle to go ahead.
Massively. It's a great opportunity, 1-0 up and just take control of the game.
It was a fantastic little counter-attacking play by the young Jets. Petrados getting in down the outside. He whipped it across to Thurgate, but we are still 0-0 in this one, despite both teams having some golden opportunities to go ahead. Kieran Hayes does well down there. On the closest sideline to your screens. They've still got it. Hayes with it again. A little tussle there with Matt Tull, captain on captain. And McPherson with some space to move. And it might be 0-0. They've missed a few chances, but I think we can, as the ball comes in, they're looking for Scott Smith again! Scott Smith with a chance so close to the goal, and it goes over the bar.
What a ball.
Oh, brilliant
What a ball.
But Scott Smith a bit worse for wear. He may have copped a head or something as he's gone for that header.
What a chance again. You know, the run from Smith, or you have to, from Ferguson, what a ball.
Maybe it'll be third time lucky for Smith. He's with two chances, so
he
close
so.
to goal. Well, I was just about to say as well, it might be 0-0, but we can probably expect a few goals to be had in this game. Their last 6 outings between these two sides, there's been 26 goals scored, which averages more than 4 a game.
Well, you'd hope Noah James and Archibald won't be conceding that many.
they hope so.
Yeah.
As yourself as part of the goalkeepers union of
Yeah,
sort,
that's
you'd
it,
probably
yeah.
hope as well. But
Yeah.
it does show that these two teams do like to attack when they face each other.
It's very open as well. The game so far, you know, it's end to end. You know, I know most of it's been Charlestown, but it has been open, and like I said, there's a few chances here and there.
Jackson Fendo trying to whip the ball over to Kieran Hayes. It's a nice slide tackle, but detouring the ball from Norton gets one back on Hayes there. Bit of slide for slide at the moment. Scott Smith looking long. It's a great ball over to Ferguson. Can he do something with it? Trying to get that left foot free to get a cross or a shot away. Instead, he's going to bring it back to Cal Lewis. And Lewis, he's going to come all the way back now to Matt Tull. Almost getting away there from the Jets is Lucky Petrado's a good little ball there to Thurgate. Thurgate now gets it to Barker. Barker trying to get a bit of some space to shoot it. He's going to come back instead though. It's Goodhue. Goodhue finds a bit to Petrados. Petrados will dink in behind. I think looking for moving Kent Harrison over that far side. Charlestown with that far side. It's good. Charlie's looking for the ball again. He's found McNaughton. McNaughton's got a bit of room to shoot. He does. Good save to his bottom left, Noah James. Noah James spending a bit of time with the Newcastle Jets senior team this year as well. Been on a scholarship contract this season.
Which is great news for him. Great news for the Newcastle Jets as well. They obviously see a lot of potential in him, which is good. You know, a kid like that young, to help him working with Mossy and Italiano as well will only help him massively, especially Glenn Mossy, you know, is having such a good year this year. You know, it's something like Noah James can only learn off, and you know.
It's Thurgate now. He's got a chance to score here. Can he redeem himself? Yes, he can! The Newcastle Jets senior man, the Pormakori Pele, some call him. Call him what you will, but he has put the Newcastle Jets youth in front. The first goal of 2019, and what a cracker it was. He took it very well there.
He took it brilliantly. He broke away, and like I said, it set up nicely for him, and he basically had the whole goal to aim at, really. But Charlestown will be disappointed with that, considering they've had a lot of possession. First goal of 2019.
Yeah, what a way
the season is alive.
What a way to score it as well. We saw him only about 5 minutes or so before, I guess, give away a chance, and this time he's just made the most of it, put it to the left of Nathan Archibald, and in his first game back in Newcastle, his team is conceding now.
And that'll lift the Jets a little bit as well, you know, and they'll get confidence from that young boys as well, you know. They score goals, and that'll just raise them.
deciding that hit Cal Lewis's hand. Newcastle Jets youth up 1-0 now. There's been a good attacking start to this game. Hopefully there's more goals to come.
We hope so for us.
Yes. Always good fun to call some goals. And Fendo with it now, and he does well, almost getting it back from Petratos. Ken Hazel dink around there, looking for third gate. Bit long, but wins to throw in anyway. Barker with it now. There's Goodchild, and he does well to get around him, but Kieran Hayes.
Looked like he was held back there, wasn't he?
Well, he's appealing
He
for
thinks
it.
he was.
He's still not happy about it. Maybe a bit of frustration coming through as well, because they have had the better of the chances so far this game. Last season, even though Goodchild only played 10 games, he was the equal leading goal scorer for Charlestown. The other one was Scott Smith, who also got 7, although he played 20 games. Nice chest comes down there, the crossbar. Referee saying it hasn't crossed the line. Goodchild looking again, and a magnificent save by Noah James. And Goodchild, we're wondering how on earth that stayed out of the back of the net.
What a crazy 10 seconds. What a hit by Carl Lewis. And then
first, incredible shot by Carl Lewis off the underside of the crossbar.
It's like Noah James had glue on his hands and the ball just stuck nicely. But
as a goalkeeper, you would
have
loved that.
Did what he had to, kept it out, but what a chance. What a hit by Carl Lewis. There's some more goals in this game.
Yes, doing well to stay in front at the moment. You thought that was a definite opportunity to score just there.
It just come out of nothing, Carl Lewis's shot, and then I don't think it was over the line. VAR won't be used this year, sadly.
Well, we've seen the controversy in the Champions League games this morning.
Let me just rectify this. There was no controversy this morning. It was definitely a penalty.
Sound like a true Man United fan.
I wouldn't have any other. I've only loved VAR for 5 minutes, and that was it. What a game that was, and then that set up nicely, and like I said, you've been buzzing for football all day. Now the NPL season's back again.
Well, if there's any Newcastle Jets fans watching this, they probably won't agree with you on the VAR.
No, well, I was there at that game, and I still, you still would be. But they've, the Jets are coming good this year. They're coming good at the end of the year now, and fingers crossed they can make finals. Which you hopefully the way they've been playing now the past few games, they should. The results, keeping clean sheets, beating teams like Melbourne Victory on their own patch. The Petratos goal will, like I said, it can only do wonders for them. And hopefully the people at Newcastle will get behind him again. It's there's certainly an opportunity there to make finals again. So fingers crossed we can do it.
Hopefully, as the seasons go on, that some of these young boys on the field at the moment might be featuring for the senior team. We obviously know about Thurgate, who's already been there. There's Cal Lewis, he's been slotted in behind now. Can he get a shot away? He does.
James,
another save. This time, a shot straight at his legs, but he's done well. You can often see some keepers get beaten through the legs there from that position as they come out to it, but Noah James doing well, keeping his side in it, really.
Yeah, he has 3 saves now, I think it is.
If it was another keeper, it might already be 1-1, if even worse, maybe 2-1 or so.
But that proves the quality of James as well. His maturity as well. Even though he still is a kid, his mature levels of second to none, really.
His body's in the box, waiting for the corner for McNaughton. It's a good curling one, headed away by Kieran Hayes. Charles with it now, and he's been great, and he's doing great again on that far side. Quick with the ball, and he's manoeuvring it well at the moment. 1-2, looking for the ball back from Barker, but didn't get it. Well, further back now. It was a bit of a rough challenge there from McNaughton on Kieran Hayes. No cards brandished, just a free kick. Wonder who's going to get the first yellow card or red card for the season. Hopefully not someone from Lake Macquarie you'd be hoping.
No,
red.
well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed all going to plan Saturday.
Charlestown, they're trying to catch Newcastle napping at the moment. The Newcastle Jets is going good child. I think he was looking for Cal Lewis, but it's going to fall nicely for McNaughton anyway. He's going to get a ball in and almost over the top there of Mutton, but they've done well to get the ball back under control again. But Kieran Hayes and looking for a long pass, too long in the end. With your game on Saturday, Stewie obviously versing a team that came oh so close to the grand final last season. How do you kind of go into a first round match against a team like that?
Well, I think the confidence from beating them last game of the season last year.
The Jets here will just come back in a sec, Stewie. Just thought it might have been handball then given him. As Fendo looking for a little chip over the top. Newcastle Jets is Charlestown now, but yeah, obviously such a hard game coming into a team like Jaffers.
Well, massively, and the quality. I know they've lost 3 big players in the Griffiths brothers and Wheelhouse, but you look at that and they've still got quality across the park. Crowley up top.
It's Kieran Hayes.
Could have gone anywhere.
Bit of a crowd goal, that one, into the side netting. Off the foot of a Charlestown man. But yeah, no Wheelhouse and no Griffiths brothers either.
They've still got the quality in Crowley up front, and he is. I'm hoping Sammy Walker gets the golden boot, but he'll be up there soon.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's A-League experience and stuff, which is only good for the league as well. But it's going to be tough, and like I said, no game in this league is easy, really. Across the board. So.
Well, yeah, they've still got those stars like, I guess, Luke Remington, Michael Sessions, and Mac Vitrados. He might have a shot here. He's going to have a shot, but it's blocked. Thurgate, he was looming on that back stick. Charlestown defence struggling to contain him at the moment, struggling to just kind of mark him. He's just
very good at sitting back and
waiting for the opportunity to come.
Lines,
Charlestown now. It's Cal Lewis. Thought he might have got the ball, nicked the ball away there. Charlestown just trying to find someone up front. Didn't find anyone, but Cal Lewis does well to win it back anyway. Charlestown finished 6th last season in the NPL Northern New South Wales. Jets youth were in 7th. 7 points that separated the two teams, though, between Charlestown and at the top, above the Jets. Is looking for a little ball in behind. Going to get the corner kick instead anyway. But this season it does look like it'll be a much closer season, although we said that last season as well, and Edgeworth won by 11 points, but it definitely does look like there's been a lot of ground made up between the kind of top 6 that there were last year. Charlestown take a short corner, McNaughton with it. Jets too quick onto it though, and ball's going to come back into the box. And no avail in the end, but yeah, it does look like there's been a bit of a, I guess, ground made up between the top 6 and the bottom 5. It's Thurgate now, so quick there on the far side. Gets it back to Petrados. Petrados keeping it well. Gets a little dink over the top to Kieran Hayes. Goes wide, didn't look like he got enough on that one. Gonna skim the side of his head.
Guys, come on, guys.
The Stewie, obviously your Lake Macquarie boys there. One of those 5 that were, I guess, a bit off the pace last year from that top 6, that top 4 especially. But this year looks like you've made up, I guess, with a few new young signings, but as well, I mean, the performance you guys showed in the Heritage Cup was definitely telling that you guys can mix it with the big boys. Yeah,
we can, and like I said, Edgy had a full strength side out, and I believe that we, on another day we probably could have won that. There was chances certainly, but like I said, I think us overall we need to be better defensively. We've got the goals certainly. We're very good at going forward, but defensively as a unit we need to be better. I think we had one of the worst conceded the most goals in the league last year. Which is, as a keeper, it's not really nice to hear that. You know, but like I said, for us as a unit, you know, we were good going forward, scoring the goals. You know, there was always, you know, it was always an entertaining game watching Lake Macquarie. But you know, for us as a group playing group, we need to be, you know, better on a whole. And like I said, you know, matching teams and you know, just keeping clean sheets starting with. And we know that the boys are good enough, so.
Well, I guess that is such a big thing, keeping those clean. Oh, it's Barker now. He's got the ball away here. Can he get a cross in? Oh, a shot away. He's gone for the cross and set Petratos! There's 2-0 to the Jets youth. A defensive lapse at the back. Leaves Barker to get in behind them, crossing it across. And Petratos makes it 2-0.
Good finish. Very good finish as well. They've obviously done the shooting practice this week. But it has, like I said, that first goal to give them wonders. You know, it was all Charlie and Jets have got back since the third gate goal, and like I said, now that it's swung in their way. And
well, you have to wonder. I mean, if the Charlestown boys scored those opening opportunities that they had, I mean, could we be seeing, you know, Charlestown maybe 2-0 in front at the moment?
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's all momentum to the Jets.
It is,
and not much to Charlestown at the moment.
Which Charlestown would be disappointed with, considering the start that they had. You know, 3 or 4 chances that they should have, you know, really should have taken.
Space here. Matt Tully's looking for Cal Lewis.
Oh.
Could be a goal kick. Even though Charlestown, they've been appealing for a corner. Maybe out of frustration. And it's still about 12 minutes or so left in this first half of normal time. So still plenty of time for Charlestown to either nick one back or the Jets potentially to storm ahead. A 3-0 advantage. That'd be crazy going into that second half. Jets youth, as we said, they're very hard to verse in those opening rounds, as they have been playing in the National Y League, the National Youth League. They finished 4th in their conference in that, but they, from their 8 games, they won 3 times, and one of those wins was a 5-1 win against the Wanderers, who ended up winning that conference and moving on to the grand final. So still a pretty strong performance from the young Jets. And it does mean that they haven't really had an off-season. They haven't had a chance to get unfit.
No, they haven't, which is, you know, everyone else is a bit of a shame. And well, like I said, that's the level they're playing at, and they're selected for that. And you know, if I think single one of us would trade places where they are, you know, to play during the summer, and the lads that they play against as well. You know, I've seen some of the youth leagues, and you know, a lot of first teamers coming back from injury as well. You know, some of them playing it as well. So it is a strong competition, which, like I said, proves wonders, and it's working for them tonight.
Yeah. I guess the last time they actually made the finals, the Jets youth were the top 4 really. Nowadays that they don't feature in the finals, but they actually won the competition, the premiership in 2014. They came first and 1 game away from the grand final. And it's actually the last time, that's the same time, I guess, the last time that Charlestown in the finals in 2014. So it's been a few years for these teams achieving success. Barker trying to feed in Trados behind, but no avail. And we've seen Charlestown really, I'd say, probably dominate possession in terms of, well, I wouldn't say dominate actually, probably just beating them in terms of possession. But I guess when Charlestown have been going forward, I guess they haven't had the same, I guess, open opportunities other than the first 2 we saw at the start. But I think the Jets definitely playing a bit more free-flowing, and especially on that counter, they're moving the ball a lot quicker forward when they do go forward. It's Kane Goodchild does well to keep it, but then loses it to Petratos, and now swinged into the middle of the field to Scott Smith. But yeah, it does look like the Jets are playing much better free-flowing kind of football when they're going forward. Charlestown looking for that build-up play, and it's not really working just at the moment. Good pass there by McPherson, but Cal Lewis not being able to get foot on the ball. Former Cooks Hill man, played there in 2017, where he did actually win a premiership and a grand final with Cooks Hill, so he's had some success, I suppose.
Yep. We played against them that year when I was at Singleton, and they were just unstoppable that year. Unstoppable.
Well, I guess they were last year as well in the New FM Northern League 1 until the semi-finals.
which is getting better as well than UFM. You know, it's getting a stronger comp. A lot of players want to go from the NPL down to there. And as I said, that's only good. Works wonders for Newcastle football on the whole.
Langley with the ball, and he has a feed Petrados. Petrados for his third gate. So he was looking to switch the play, but instead loses the ball. Scott Smith, he did well to get the ball past. And here comes the first card, it seems. And I'm not sure who's it for. I think it might be for, is that Kieran Hayes over that far side?
No,
Kieran Hayes is close here.
Yeah, it's his twin.
Looks his twin.
They look like each other.
It's going to be Tom Beecham, I think. Well, I'm not sure if that will go in his accolades, getting the first yellow card of the season, but nonetheless, it's there anyway for him. Ball crossed in, but to no avail. Bar TV Sports going to be broadcasting the Herald WPL as well this season. 6 matches across the year, so that will be fantastic to watch.
How good's that? Women's football is certainly on the rise out here in Australia, and in the Socceroos, it's only what they're doing. And you know,
Matilda's playing the World Cup this season.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the Lionesses, as they're called in England. Hopefully they have a good year. But you know, it's huge over there in America and stuff, and it's obviously taking off here. You know, Sam Kerr is just a great ambassador for the sport, and like I said, there's a lot of girls now playing football, which is great to see. So
that tail looked like he went into the back of there of Langlois, but no free kick was given as Pete McPherson, I should say, great challenge there to win it. Now he's looking for a little 1-2 there, finds it, trying to play good shot out wide. And now Jets, maybe here they can get on the counter again. Petrados is 3 against 4. Can he get a cross in? He cuts it back instead. Doing a bit of a swivel there on the spot and wins a corner. He's done well out there, Petrados, so far this half. Looking for the quick corner, but he's not going to take it. Yeah, great to see the rise of women's football, especially in Australia. And like you said, the Matildas that are really paving the way forward for us, but also, I guess, the Newcastle Jets women as well. Like Cass Davis doing fantastic job in the community. Same with Emily Egmont.
You look at the players playing in the WPL, and I think it's great to see that a lot of the Jets ladies are going to play in the local comp instead of, you know, going elsewhere. I know there's one from Melbourne City. Yeah,
Riley Dobson playing for Merriweather.
You know, how good is that? You know, it's you know, great to see.
The chance here, Barker. Ooh. He's been taken down. He's fallen over. The referee says no penalty. He didn't make illegal contact with the man. So goal kick, and they've taken it quick. Wouldn't that have changed the game as Charlestown now with the ball, or should I say the Newcastle Jets with the ball. A goal for either team would really change the scope of the second half, you'd think, if they can grab one before the 45 minutes is up. As Buck, he's done extremely well here. Can he get a shot away? No. Well, that was almost worth a goal, wasn't it? Little twinkle toes on the edge of the box. These two teams actually met in the last game of the season last year, their last game of the regular season. Charlestown winning 3-2 here at the same ground. And for them to win this by the same scoreline tonight, it's going to involve a great comeback if they can.
Which they've got it in them as well. They've got goals in them, and like I said, you can straight from the word goal, they were very direct, but like I said, they switched off a little bit. And
well, they do lose this game. It'll be almost the complete opposite of their start last season, where they were at the top of the table for the first opening rounds. They won 5 of their first 6 matches before that injury play kind of hit them.
Which I don't think any other club had that many injuries in a season. And like I said, they would have been disappointed with that you know, they were sitting top and everybody wanted to beat Charlestown. It wasn't the fact that you want to beat Magic or Edgeworth, it was you want to beat Charlestown, and the crowds coming down to watch were only coming to, you know, they were coming to watch Charlestown, it was no one else. And then obviously, you know, the injuries hit, and And like I say, it was disappointing to see, for some of the lads out there and stuff. So,
I suppose they did get to still play in that FFA Cup round of 32 fixture against Heidelberg, which they did well in as well. Only a 2-1 loss,
which then nearly took it to extra time.
Definitely did the region proud in that game.
I said, what an experience that would have been as well to go and play against one of the big NPL clubs. For the some of the young lads playing. I know centre mid Jeffrey Edrington. Little players. So younger lads like him. It would have done massive things for him as a club.
The Jets have stolen it again. Charlestown having trouble getting out from the back at the moment. Petrados with it. He's going to unleash. And he has unleashed, but it's gone very high and very wide. Nearing the half-time whistle, you'd think. 3 minutes to go or so in normal time. Not sure how long there'll be of stoppage time.
I don't think we've had any stoppages, have we? It's been very fast, hasn't it?
Only for goals, so you'd only imagine maybe 1 minute or so to be added on. Cal Lewis in the middle of the field. He's switching the play, but he's hit it behind Reed Ferguson there. Reed Ferguson playing a bit of a defensive role. They're playing that 3 at the back with the 2 high defenders, or 5 at the back with...
He's doing a lot of running out there.
Yeah, Mick Norton as well on this closer side. On the right edge, he's been busy as well on this right-hand side, and as you have to be in this wide back position when you do play those 3 at the back, those 2 pushing defenders, they do end up doing a lot of running and need a lot of fitness about them. Potentially, maybe that's why they've been caught on the counter a few times tonight. I think Scott's looking for a back heel. It's crossed into the box. Kieran Hayes does well, flicks it over the top and gives himself a bit of time to run over and professional McNaughton. Some players saying a pass back. Noah James is just going to play on though, and he's gone quickly out to the far side there to Petrados. Petrados using that speed he has to try and get around the defence. It's no avail. Got about a minute and a half left or so, minutes left in this first half of normal time, I should say. Perfect time for one of these teams to score, really. Charlestown to get themselves back in it, for the Jets to really stamp their dominance. And Petrados, he's onside on that far side. Now he's looking for the long ball, finds Thurgate. It's a brilliant ball. Can he get a shot away? He does! I'm not sure that was blocked by Archibald or by the foot of, I think it was Davidson. Either way, saved by the Charlestown defence. And that would have been exceptional for the young Jets to go in 3-0. Cal Lewis thought he might have got away from the Jets defence. He's going to get himself a corner instead anyway.
If that goes in, it's a completely different game second half, isn't it?
Yeah, Charlestown, their backs are against the wall at the moment, but still in it. You'd say at 2-0. As soon as it becomes 3-0, it's a much more difficult task. Remember, just as the acronyms are on the top right of the screen, CCB, NJY, if you hashtag, use them inside the hashtags. And connect with us here on the mics, but also across social media as well, on Twitter or Facebook or even Instagram. The ball comes in, it's a good corner. Norton's really doing well in these corners, but able to put them away at the moment. Here comes out to Davidson. He's going to have a shot. And it's blocked. And now Barker, he's got a whole heap of room in front of him at the moment. Can he make do with it? Oh, a bit of a heavy touch there, and now just dispatched away by Matt Tull. You think it would be very close to the half-time whistle. It's interesting note, there's 6 corners to Charlestown, 3 to the Jets. Charlestown have been heaping the pressure on in those kind of positions, but unable to take real advantage of them just yet.
Well, apart from the James save and the Lewis in the Barnes, well, they've had 4 or 5 chances. You know, I think they're out of balls.
Ball boys are run dry. Well, it might just take us a half time. Might not get any more gameplay in. Everyone have been unsure what to do when there's no balls ready to be delivered in. We've got a ball coming in on the far side. Another interesting stat to note as well, 3 shots on target for Charlestown, 3 on target for the Jets. However, 2 of those 3 have obviously gone in. Oh, good child. I'm not sure if he actually got any contact with Hayes, but still a bit of a reckless challenge. Barker now, he's going to have a shot, but it's going to go quite high, too high over Nathan Archibald's goal. Just over 2 minutes of stoppage time played in this half. Charlestown, they won't be happy with the way they've played this first half. They're, as I said, they were making sure that goal scoring was a focus this year, taking their chances, and they've had their chances to be even in front in this game, at least level.
Well, they started brightly, didn't they?
The Jets have just come home, had a bit more momentum, I guess, in this last 10-15 minutes of the first half. Not as much as they have. Charlestown kind of working their way back into the game, but there was a better 10-minute period there where the Jets were just dominating, though. Cal Lewis, can they find a goal before the break? Looking to try and get past Mutton there, but not to be. First and now he's going to look for the cross, instead tries to find Goodchild. Just trying to break quickly again. That just seems to be their motto of their game at the moment. As soon as they win that ball back, is get bodies going forward quickly. A bit of a tussle in the middle there between Barker and Tull. The card's brandished though. Tension's running a little high maybe as we go into the break. Maybe halftime might come at the right time.
He's very good at that, Matthew Tull, as well. The little niggly sides. And
the good part of football.
Yes. Yes.
Here we are now. Angus Thurgate, he's got a heap of room on that far side. He cuts it back in, or tries to at least. He's still got it in his possession. Back to Frendo. Barker with it now. Goes out to Langloy. And Hayes trying to whip it into the middle, but there's no one there. And that is going to be half-time here at Lyle Carr Oval. It's Charlestown City, the home side, though. They are behind in the first game of 2019. Newcastle Jets Youth 2, Charlestown City 0 at the moment. Stewie, what's your thoughts on that first half?
Well, like I said, Charlestown started brightly. They created the chances, and like I said, Noah James has pulled off some good saves in the goal. But you know, you leave yourself open and exposed like that. You know, a team like Jets of quality, they're going to take advantage, and quite clearly they have. And you know, it's all to play for second half, obviously. But like I said, Jets will be very impressed, and Charlestown I reckon will be a little bit disappointed going in, considering the chances that they've had. You know, the first few, and like I said, you know, they've really, you know, Smith should have had 2, and Goodchild should have had another. But you know, so far so good for the Jets, and you know, they're winning at half time. You know, they're sitting solid at the back, sitting very comfortably, and you know, and they're making light work, really. Yeah, well, a great goal from Thurgate to open up the scoring. Another by Petrados to make it 2-0. We're going to have a bit of a break. You guys should too as well. We'll be back in just a moment for the second half here of the first game of the NPL Northern New South Wales 2019 season here on Bar TV Sports. Don't go anywhere.
We're just... Well, welcome back to Lyle Carrover for the second half of the first game of the 2019 NPL Northern New South Wales season here on Bar TV Sports. My name is Quentin Connors, also known as Q. I'm joined by Lake Macquarie City's goalkeeper Stewie Plant. And Charlestown City, they are behind in this one 2-0. Two pretty great goals from the Newcastle Jets youth to put them ahead at the break. One to Angus Thurgate, that man that plays in the senior side, and one to Mackie Petrados. And you tipped a 2-1 victory to Charlestown, Stewie, so you've got that wrong.
I did.
But potentially,
yes.
Do you think Charlestown can come back in this one?
Oh, you would like to think so. You know, for Charlestown's sake. I think, you know, I think maybe the damage has been done already. But like I said, they've got goals in them across the park. You know, they've Smith, Goodchild, and Lewis up front. You know, they've both worked very well. You know, it's whether, you know, how attacking they're going to be second half. You know, they've. You know, they were good going forward, but there was a big gap between, you know, the midfield and the defence, and that's where the Jets got their joy. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how forward Ferguson and McNaughton play.
Yeah, especially
like
chasing the lead. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, you know, and whether McPherson and Tully start getting hold of the game and just using their experience in the middle and just because, you know, Charlestown have got a lot of experience out there. And like I said, you know, you hope for Charlestown's sake and as a neutral that they do come back. But, you know, as the Jets, you know, from the Jets side, you know, you would hope that they would see it out, keep a clean sheet. James, first clean sheet, first game, you know.
Yeah.
And like I said, that would do wonders for the kids as well, you know, coming out. And like I said, yeah, it's all to play for, really. But you would, you know, can I change my tip? Is that okay?
Well, I said the tips might change throughout the game. It looks like yours has.
Yeah.
But we're underway for the second half in this one. Newcastle Jets now running left to right in that royal blue. Remember, you can keep up with the conversation. Join in on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, using the hashtags. It's Cal Lewis now with the ball. He's in that zone. He's done well now. Can he get across the way? He does. Gee, he's almost straight out of the gates there from Charlestown, getting a goal. He's getting a chance. Corner kick to come, but like we said, hashtag CCBVNJY. You can use them throughout the season. It's one for every team. Use them throughout the season to join in the conversation and promote local football in a way, I suppose, as well. Just been notified from my good friend Declan Payne that it's also Pat Langlois. The cross comes in. Declan Payne telling me that I was pronouncing Pat Langlois' name wrong, the man playing the middle for the Jets tonight, so apologies to him and for those listening. You can also find, I suppose I should give a plug as well, me and Declan and Ben Homer as well, who's now an A-League, W-League commentator on our Hunter Football podcast that began this week with a season preview. We'll be doing that every single Tuesday. I'm looking forward to doing that throughout the season. That should be good.
It was a very good first episode as well. It accompanied me on my hour drive from Singleton down to Lake Macquarie on Tuesday night. But like I said, it's things like that you boys are doing. It's you know, wonders with a lot of the lads are listening to it. You know, you saw the iTunes download chart straight away. You know, it's little things like that. And like I said, you know, people are getting behind it. And
yeah, it's pretty incredible to see.
You boys are doing such a wonderful job to try and promote the game out here in Newcastle, and it's working. You know, it's people are talking about it. You know, I know it's broadcasted over in England quite a lot. With, you know, especially in the northwest where I'm from, there's a lot of people that do watch it. You know, and yeah, so it's
Jets clear the ball away. Yeah, it's nice to hear you say that, Stewie. Hopefully, a good thing that people can't see me commentating because I'm blushing a little bit, but it's it's good to be able to bring those kinds of things for the people of the Hunter, something that we've been looking forward to doing for quite a while.
Like I said, Declan working for the Jets and Ben, you know, Ben doing, you know, working for Fox Sports basically. It's,
doing everything, Ben.
Oh, it's, you know.
It's a busy boy, that man.
Yeah, and like I said, he's where he's, you know, the way he's come on last year and he's commentating, and like I said, it's not many people get to say they commentate when Usain Bolt scored, so, you know.
Well, I don't think anyone can
no,
they?
not really. He was the only one.
Yes. It's fantastic for him, but he'll be back on Bar TV Sports as well on Saturday night, I believe, for the Abbottstown Valentine game, but definitely for the match of the round, Edgeworth versus Magic, as a corner kick comes in. It's on the back stick.
James, good punch.
He's been great today, Noah James. Saves that man as well. Mackie Petratos, he does well almost to keep the ball, but it's whipped away by Cal Lewis. Low shot, but nicely cleaned up by Noah James. If you'd like to listen to Final Plug, if you'd like to listen to the Hunter Football Podcast, you can go on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. But back to the game at hand here. It's Petratos now with the ball. Doing well. He gets a nice little dink in behind to Thurgate. Thurgate going to turn around now instead, head back towards his own goal. Finds Frendo. Frendo's got Langlois here now. Langlois, is he going to shoot? He's going to find the feet of Petratos. He's going to shoot. Oh. Brilliant save. Falls for Kieran Hayes. 3-0 Jets youth. Well, it was a fantastic shot initially by Petratos. An even better save, you can say, from Archibald, but Kieran Hayes getting the seconds. And they're now 3 ahead here at Lyle Carr Oval.
Well, you would think as a Jets player, Jets fan now, you would think that would be the game. But like I said, it was a good hit, stung the palms of Archibald, and it's gone straight into the path of
Kieran Hayes.
Kieran Hayes, sorry, yeah, I knew it was one of them.
Well,
like
it's a terrific save, though, from Archibald, wasn't it? I mean, it looked like there's not much more you can do as a goalkeeper than that.
Not really, and like I said, it's gone straight into the path of Hayes. It could go anyway, you know, but like I said, he's all the way from left back as well. It's
a very good finish as well, coming, looked like a bit of a half volley. And the Newcastle Jets youth now up by 3. I mean, at the start of this game, I didn't give my prediction.
I said Charlestown 2-1, so I was wrong.
Well, if I had, though, I definitely wouldn't have been saying this kind of scoreline in this part of the game either. There's a nice little ball in behind now. It's Barker. Oh, instead, I thought he was going to go across the face of the goal there. Instead, went himself.
You would have thought that he would have gone across from goal. And,
yeah.
And like I said, yeah, they've...
The Jets, all the momentum at the moment.
Yeah,
scoring that third after only a few minutes into this second half, and then almost again attacking it very well tonight, the young Jets, I should say. It's been quite a few stars for them tonight also. It's been a very team effort. Cal Lewis now. Charlestown will be desperate, as that's called offside there. They'll be desperate to try and turn this around. Down 3-0. As we said, not many would have predicted this to begin the season.
But I think it does show that, you know, it's Charlestown would have played about 5 or 6 pre-season games, and you know the Jets would have had, you know, the National Youth League coming in, and then they would have played a few games, you know, against some of the local clubs, like, you know, Lake Macquarie were one of them, which we were very grateful for, and like I said, because they were fit, you know, and it's evident tonight, you know, how sharp they are, and you know, they're reacting to everything, you know, they're competitive.
Salini now, he's going to take it into his own corner. Archibald was there wanting it, but he refused to pass to him instead. Now he's going to be a throw into the Jets. They've done well there, Newcastle Jets. He's saying he wants it further down. Usually it's the other way around, saying go back. Another throw in. Neither team making any substitutions over the half-time break. Still playing with the same 11 that they started with. Barker, he's done well. He's been great tonight also. He's going to get at him with those feet of his, those quick feet. Making a great debut of sorts in the NPL. Coming from IPL light card in the NPL New South Wales in Sydney. From the younger grades there. McPherson just playing along to Tull. Loses it. Langlois finding the feet of Barker. Barker to that side now to Frendo. Jets is really controlling the ball at the moment, controlling the pace of the game. Petratos going down. I think he wanted a free kick, or Alidi at least did. He's going to get one now for Langlois. Well, maybe a little bit further than Mackie Petratos would like them. We've seen last season some of his free kick goals. He scored a few of them. He scored 6 last year, all up. I think about half of those were probably from the dead ball.
I think 2 were against me, I think.
So you'll know better
I
than
have
anyone.
to say that, yes.
Stewie,
He's a tricky customer, yes.
Just like his brother, really, isn't he?
Yeah, well, like I said, if it runs in the family, then, well, I said you would hope. You know, it's good 40 yards out.
You've
seen him go in, though?
Yes,
Yeah.
one of his goals got nominated for goal of the year last year. He's going to hit this one. It's a good strike. As we said, maybe just a little bit too far out. Not enough power now. And Charlestown getting forward quickly, but the Jets scrambling back. And they're going to do well there to dispatch it away. Salini now on this close side, finding Ferguson. Ferguson looking for a 1-2, wanted to receive it back off Smith there. Get a throw in instead. You see these two teams traded victories between themselves. One apiece. Ball there. Too high of a shot there. I suppose while we have a chance as well, Stewie, I guess we'll just talk about your Lakes team a little bit more as well, because I think some people, we on the podcast, we rated them a little bit like a dark horse, the three of us, I guess. And I mean, what would you say to that as being a dark horse? What's kind of the target for you boys this year?
Well, obviously the top 4 finals football. You know, if you're not, you know, if you're just happy sitting mid-table or where we were last year, then you know you've got to question why would you play football. You know, I think for us, like I said, you know, it'd be great if we could finish in the top 4. It's going to be, you know, realistically, you know, we've got to be, like I said before, we've got to stop conceding goals. But like I said, I think for us, you know, there's no reason why not. You know, Webby's gone out and recruited really well, and he's been smart in it. You know, he's kept a lot of the lads. You know, we've only lost 2, I think, Sparry and Paul. He's gone to hopefully get a pro contract over in Zambia. You know, I know it was said on the podcast it was South Africa. It's actually
Zambia, right?
Yeah.
Maybe when you told me Africa, not South Africa.
It's one of them. I think it's Zambia. I think it is. I could be wrong, but
the chance here. It's going to go into the back of the net. Disaster for the Newcastle Jets youth. And they're appealing for a free kick. They're not going to get one. Noah James is not looking good in goals there. I think they were appealing for the original free kick. I think it was on Gabriel there. We were just talking about your side, Stewie. It didn't look like anything was on, and out of the blue, one of the most unfortunate goals you will see, not just in the NPL, but anywhere. Shades of Kieran Trippier for Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, and he's hit it well as well. You know, it's on the half volley, and it's obviously flew. These new mitre balls have obviously got a little bit of, you know, pace and swerve about them. So,
well, the game looked like, as you said, Stewie, the game looked like it was all Newcastle Jets. They were up by 3. They didn't look like they were going to concede, and then all of a sudden, the whole game may have taken a bit of a turn now for the worse for them.
Completely.
3-1, only 2 goals behind. Noah James is back onto his feet, and he looks like he might continue. Although he is holding his shoulder in a bit of a precarious way.
Well, fingers crossed he's all right as a goalkeeper as well. But like I said, he could not a chance he could have done anything about it.
No, he did his best. Obviously, as well, almost injuring himself in the process. And he's had a fantastic game so far. And
he'd be disappointed as well, considering the saves that he's made. And you know, he's obviously asked for the ball back, and not like that.
No, not like that at all. The only person that can get past him is on his own team so far tonight. Well, it is 3-1. Quite bizarre series of events to take us to that scoreline.
And that'll only lift Charlestown, and like I said, hopefully, you know, it doesn't crush the Jets, because you know they have been very good tonight. But you know, like I said, that'll only lift Charlestown.
Now only down by 2, and it's game back on, you would think. There's Charlestown, I think it's Scott Smith in that left bottom corner over there. He's trying to keep it in. Out for throw in instead. I'm not sure you'll ever see an own goal like that. Maybe in the NPL again this season. Quite unfortunate for Gabriel, I think it was.
And Glenn Moss is out here now.
Maybe just
hopefully debriefing, not blaming the keeper.
No, you wouldn't think so, but maybe just discussing with Halidi about what they do in terms of the goalkeeper. If Noah James isn't 100% whether to keep him on the park, it is a long season, it's only round one. Don't want to have your star goalkeeper injured either for the remainder of the year, as Ferguson does well, but then a bit of a hopeful pass. Not sure if that ball was really on. Jets take control once again. Big switch over the far side there, and it's not going to find Kieran Hayes. Maybe feeling the pressure a little bit now, the Jets. Charlestown maybe a bit spring in their step, you could say. Matt Tull with it. He's swung out there. McNaughton, he's going to cross it in into the back stick, and could Charles get onto it? He can, but too high.
Another chance.
And well, I thought he might have been injured there for a second, but he's back up to his feet. I guess while we got a chance, speaking about those saves that Noah James made in the first half, we might just see if we can get one that he pulled off in that first half. An incredible save to keep Goodchild out. It's a great shot originally by Cal Lewis to hit the underside of the crossbar, and then somehow stopping Goodchild like he had glue on his hands, like you said, Stewie. He has been very good tonight, Noah James. And it looks like a substitute being made now for Charlestown. It's going to be the captain coming off, Matt Tull. Not sure if he's got a... I don't usually see him coming off, but I'm not sure if he's got a bit of a niggle of sorts, or maybe just a little bit lacking in match fitness. Free kick anyway to McNaughton. And I think it's Zach Lloyd who's come onto the field.
Yeah, he's had a haircut since last time I've seen him.
Yeah, it used to be much longer.
Yes, he did, yes. That's why he was another ex-Jets lad. Moved across last year, and like I said, he was obviously he looks like he's gone straight into fullback.
Which is odd as well, because they did take off Matt Tull, who's obviously, as we know, plays in the heart of the midfield. Yeah, McPherson, oh, I thought he might have had a bit of a stab at it, see if it go on target. Good child now.
Yeah, it looks like Riley McNaughton settling into centre mid, which
good child!
Good save again, James.
Noah James with the two-handed fist to knock that away. But he's holding his arm again, and it looks like they might be making the substitution now, which is a real shame, because Noah James has been absolutely spectacular tonight. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. And even with that injury, he's just put off a magnificent save, yeah. And then he's been taken off. So the night is ending early for Noah James. And there's also going to be another substitution as well, with Angus Thurgate coming off. So a double sub there.
Well, like you said, round one, you know, there's no point of damaging it now. And like I said, he'd obviously want to be staying on, but there's, you know, you've got 20-odd games to play as well as other games, and as well as he'll be in the mix with the first team as well. So, yeah, you got to think about the bigger picture sometimes, which is a shame, because it's always great to see, you know, him pulling off saves and stuff like that. So, but like I said, whether these two substitutions now, you know, whether that momentum swings.
A bit of a shirt pull there by Cal Lewis. He's going to go into the book. First yellow card for Charlestown tonight. Coming onto the field just for those substitutions that you were talking about, Stewie, going to be Bolchiini for Newcastle Jets in goals. Hopefully pronouncing that one right. Maybe Declan can give me a bit of a nod onto that one. And O'Connor as well, Joe O'Connor. coming onto the field for Angus Thurgate, and obviously for Thurgate, he's doing double time at the moment, really double duties.
Yes, he is.
Senior squad football as well as playing for the youth team. Probably one of the fitter players out there, but playing 60 minutes tonight. Mackie Petratos does well to win it in there. And now he's going with pace again. Might look for a shot. He's going to go for a shot. It gets deflected. Nathan Archibald just gobbles it up.
You've got to be careful as well, you know, likes of Thurgate, that he doesn't get, you know, burnt out as well. You know, I know he's young enough and he always says young enough, but the standards of what he's expected to play and stuff is sometimes there is that risk of burnout. But like I said, so far so good for him and in his career as well. You know, to play Asian Champions League, you know, not many people could say that.
No.
You know, a man of his age as well, kind of thing. So, you know, the likes of Noah James in goal. You know, he's played a few first-team games, and you know he's always there or thereabouts. And you know, and
Fendo is looking into the box. Couldn't find any of his teammates though. Yes, the Paul McCoy Pele, as some have been calling him. Todd Blackwell dubbed him that, I think. Not sure who exactly gave him the nickname, but
he's a top bloke as well. He does a lot for local football, which is, you know, he does it. He likes to do it quietly, and we all know Todd that he does. But yeah, mad Newcastle Jets fan as well.
yeah, definitely give him a shout out, Todd Blackwell, wherever he may be watching from. Avid supporter of the Newcastle Jets, probably the #1 fan, be up there.
Yes, yeah, I think so. Yes,
you would think.
I don't think I've met a crazier, you know, bloke supporting a team, like, you know, and like that's coming from a football country, you know. It's pretty, you know,
fanatical, really.
Yeah, kind of thing, which is good, and that's what football needs, you know.
Yeah. That's what makes football clubs, isn't it?
Exactly, and you know, people like him, and there's a lot of them out there. They get behind teams, and it's not just one. You know, he would come and watch anybody, and like I said, it's good for local football, and especially in Newcastle as well. So,
Jets playing across goal there, a bit dubiously, and they get away with it. And back to Trados now, looking for Barker. He's found him. Can Barker keep it? He's still got it. Looking for his right foot. He's got a bit of space now to shoot. Passes it instead. May have been better off going for the shot there. Aki Petratos didn't look like he was exactly ready for it or expecting it. Now Jackson Fendo. So we blocked. Langlois finds Petratos, and a great ball there to Good Hugh. Now he gives away a free kick though, and a bit of a bump afterwards as well. Have to be careful there. Mackie Petratos, he has been fantastic tonight. So dangerous with the ball at his feet. Okay, Goodchild looking to get him behind to his duo attacker, Scott Smith. Finds Scott Smith in the end. Throw in to come. Now long ball, looking for Barker. Barker's not going to be able to sneak it away. Charlestown just trying to turn the tide at the moment. Haven't really been in it, I'd say, this second half, but trying to now. It's a shot from Evan Ferguson. It looked like it was going to go wide, but almost swung back at the last second.
It did.
A great save from the new keeper, Vocchiini.
Looked like it was flying, didn't it?
Well, I was almost going to say just wide, and as I was about to say it, it's just swerved back in, back on target. Great shot from Ferguson. I think that's his first of the night as well. He hasn't had too many attacking chances.
He's been
yet.
very defensively, hasn't he? He's sat back quite a lot. They've obviously liked to push Riley McNaughton on the far side and let Ferguson sit back, but
Back now, into the box, which is a bit unusual as well for Reen Ferguson.
Yeah,
you
it is,
usually
yeah.
expect him to kind of be attacking. We had that, I think it was last season before last, I should say, 2017, where he was really high up the goal scoring charts. As Mackie Petratos. It's penalty for handball. I don't think so. Looking for a little dink over the top of the Charlestown defence. Didn't find it.
Come on, Matt, Mackie!
Ball goes out there for throw-in, but cheaply as well from Charlestown. Well, saying it is the first day of the 2019 season, Stewie, I guess you made your tip beforehand about who's going to win this game. Now, without being biased, who do you think is going to win the competition? Who's going to win the premiership?
Oh.
Put you on the spot here.
And I can't say Lake Macquarie.
No,
No,
you
I'm
can
allowed
if you do, but if you really believe so.
If I'm biased, I'll say Lakes. You know, to tell you the truth, you know, you look at the teams the way they've recruited. I think it's going to be very tight this year. You know, Edgeworth are always up there. Magic are going to be solid. You know, I'd like to say, you know, Matador Olympic will be up there this year. You know, and like I said, you'd like to, you know, as a football player in this league, you know, you like to see someone else win it. You know, and hopefully it is us this year. You know, stranger things have happened. But like I said, you know, we've got to be confident for us as a club.
For Cal Lewis over the bar.
You know, I'm gonna tip Magic.
Magic.
I would say Magic. Just going off the back of last year, you know, the grand final win and stuff. You know, because they were quality that day. You know, but like
they've only added to that team as well,
exactly,
haven't they? With some big new signings, Christian Barmoa coming in.
Yeah.
Some of the Vine Enzor. So
yeah,
Magic going to be very hard to beat, but so too Edgeworth.
Yes, you never write off an edgy side, and like I said, Edgeworth. You know, Damien Zane's just a top quality coach, and you know, he always seems to find a way to win. You know, and clubs like ourselves, you know, who finished down there in the towards the end of the NPL last year. You know, we can only look at teams like that and see that's where we want to be, and fingers crossed we are up there this year. You know, it'd be nice. So
coming off the field just before the game stopped for a substitution. Scott Smith, who's come off, and coming on Jamie Burns, so he's making his debut for his new club here tonight as Mackie Petratos does extremely well. Finds O'Connor! Saved by the feet of Archibald, and that would have probably put the game dead in the water, you would think.
It would. But Barker was in a great position here down the side as well. All he had to do was square it and it would have been 4 game over.
Mackie Petratos, isn't he just causing absolute turmoil there in the midfield? Playing in that free roaming kind of 10 position, attacking mid. He's been very good tonight. Scored one of the goals. I think set the other one up as well in the first half. I guess the third goal also came from his shot, didn't it? I believe as well.
So, yes.
So he's had a hand in all 3 goals and a whole lot more as well, to be honest. McPherson now finds the feet of Cal Lewis. It's a very direct kind of football they're playing, trying to play off the striker's feet. Charlestown he's looking for width now, but that hasn't been their main aim of the game so far for them. They're just trying to go through the middle, it seems, as they're going to win a throw in now, the Newcastle Jets. In fact, they're just kicking it out. It looks like another substitution, the last substitution to be made from the Newcastle Jets youth. Ken Harrison looks like the man who's going to be coming onto the field. And I'm not sure if it's going to be Petratos or Barker coming off.
It's Barker.
Both of them, Petratos staying on the field. It's going to be Barker, the new boy. He's had a great showing tonight, hasn't he?
Big quality. Like I said, we played against him Friday night. He come on second half and he showed glimpses about it. Well, I said tonight, given a competitive edge now, and like I said, he's been brilliant going forward with him, and that's sharp. You know, he looks very sharp, and yeah.
Well, I guess the bad news for Charlestown fans is the man who's just come on was their leading goal scorer last season, Ken Harrison. And he's on the ball now. He's doing well. He's crossed the ball over. Can Petratos get a toe in? No, he can't. Archibald diving on it. I thought O'Connor might have got there first. Well, not O'Connor, actually. It was Kieran Hayes, I think. Ken Harrison already making a bit of a chaos there for the opposition defence.
And he's very lively as well, in and around the box, and dangerous. You give him an opportunity, mate, I'm sure he'll definitely take it.
One of those strikers you hate to come off the bench. It's McPherson now. Ferguson trying to send the defender one way then the other, but just loses the ball instead. And defender going wide of Petrados, and he couldn't control that one. He's been brilliant tonight, but unable to bring that one down to his feet. I think he's a bit wider ball now too, it looks like. Looks like the Jets may have consolidated a little bit with that lead, playing 5 at the back. They're 2 holding midfielders and 3 up front now, it seems. So maybe just trying to defend this lead. Not sure if that was a dive or if that was got any contact down there. He's still on the ground, but referee said play on anyway, and there's a throw in to come. He's going to need to get back to his feet as the strong ball comes across the face of goal. Good child now again. It's been saved. It's almost fallen for Jamie Burns, but a sliding, I think it might have been Gabriel again across the goal. Great last-ditch challenge there. Might actually have been Martin, actually, not Gabriel, but just defence doing some great things back there, some last-ditch defending. We're almost the 75-minute mark or so, or maybe a bit past the 75-minute mark. Still about 15 minutes to go, and now a card's going to come out to Ryan Ferguson.
Hasn't that gone quick?
Only 15 minutes remaining, and maybe that's why Labino Halidi has decided to maybe push so many men back, so many bodies. Just trying to hold a lead, which is often a little bit of a deficit to the Jets' game, that they can lose these close games when they're in them. We're leading this game at one stage, 3-0 just after the first half. And a disastrous own goal. Gabriel, I believe it was, putting them to 3-1. And able to withstand the pressure that Charlestown have been trying to put on them, though, and some great work there from the midfielders there, Langlois and as Kent Harrison now. He's got a lot of space on his hands. Can he get a ball in? Who can he find? It's a Charlestown man, and very close to
another one.
Almost putting in a second own goal for the game. Past Archibald. Corner kick to come, and looks like they're just going to take their time with it, as you can understand. Tomorrow night on Bar TV Sports, there'll be more NPL Northern New South Wales action. Western Bears hosting the Hamilton Olympic. 2 teams that have done extremely well in the off-season in terms of signings. They're definitely aiming to get back into the top 4, both of those. As a low corner comes in. That'll be a fantastic game to watch.
Change of manager at Western as well.
Bringing Q Yallians, who's obviously former Dutch international, played in the 2006 World Cup. One of the, probably the brightest football minds around in the Hunter, I should say, is now to be cleared away from the Newcastle Jets goalkeeper. Kept in by Ronnie McNaughton now. On Saturday, obviously, your game, Stewie, Lake Macquarie versus Leamton. That will too will be on Bar TV Sports, as well as the Adamstown versus Valentine match, both at 5:30 p.m. Tomorrow night's game 7:45, and then the big one on Sunday, the grand final rematch, the match of the round. Meadow Magic, they'll be hosting the Edgeworth Eagles, which should be an absolute cracker to kick off the season. Mackie Petrados now looking for Kent Harrison in the box there. It was a good ball. Seems just pretty counter-attacking kind of football from the Newcastle Jets at the moment. Get bodies behind the ball, and then when they win it, try and get forward as quick as possible with those front 3.
And they've got the pace to do it, haven't they, as well?
We've seen Mackie Petrados has just been an absolute weapon for them today.
You think, Davison at the back, he's probably saw Thurgate and Baker go off and thought, oh, job's done. And then obviously Harrison now comes on, and now with Petratus as well out the wide, is they're certainly running them ragged.
Talking about those men here we come. Petratos again, he's got a great ball into Harrison. Can he make a 4? No!
Great chance.
That would have sealed it. Terrific link up from Harrison and Petratos, but not to be is now Reed Ferguson. Charlestown making their last substitution for the night. Kamon Bowl coming onto the field. Ferguson coming off, and it looks like they're pushing a lot of men forward now, Charlestown. Obviously nothing really to lose at this stage of the game when you're down by 2. And as you'll know as a player, Stewie, that you never want to lose the first round. It's always kind of puts the season onto
it does, and
a bit of a sour note, isn't it, when you lose the first round?
You know, and like I said, they've going off the United game this morning. Ollie Gill and Solskjaer, he come out and said that mountains are there to be climbed, and they are. But you don't want to be losing your first games of the season. You know, and it's you know, you train since, like, I know we've been training since October, and you train all, you know, you play your pre-season games and you get fit for this today. You know, it's, you know, you wake up on pre-season at your first game of the season, you're buzzing, and you know, if you lose it, you know, I know I'll go to bed very unhappy on Saturday if we do lose, but hopefully we don't. But like I said, this is why you play football. You know, most, you know, there's a big crowd on here and stuff, and like I said, yeah, it's kind of an uphill battle from the first one. You know, you don't want to be losing out in the first game of the season. So. Yeah,
well, like I said, like a bit of a sour note, especially if you've been looking forward to the season for so long. To lose the first game, it won't be the ideal start, obviously, for Charlestown. They'll be very disappointed in the way they've been playing this game. Newcastle Jets have been quite slick, especially in attack. That's probably been the main difference between these two sides, is that there's been chances for Charlestown, probably the same amount of chances, or even maybe a little bit less than the Newcastle Jets youth, but they just haven't been taking them. Newcastle Jets youth have been quite clinical. Angus Thurgate's first goal, taken very well. Trados' second, even better, almost, you could say. And Kieran Hayes, he's almost gotten past there.
How good's he been tonight?
It's been, like I said earlier on, it's been a very team effort from the Newcastle Jets youth tonight. They've obviously had their stars, but Trados has been great. Thurgate when he was on. Kieran Hayes, like you said. But those two boys in midfield as well, Langlois and Frendo, they've also been fantastic. And the back as well, you can't really fault the back line tonight. Other than the own goal, I suppose, but we won't mention that one.
I'm sure the Jets will be very quick to forget about it as well.
Oh, nice little flick there, nice piece of skill, and they've still got it. He's going to shoot it now. Swinging away from goal. Less than 10 minutes now of this second half, and a mistake made by Nathan Archibald in goals.
Just trying to chase the game now, the Charlestown, aren't they?
Bit long there from the Charlestown keeper. Ken Harrison does well. Oh, it does fantastically, actually. And he puts in a ball over the top, but not sure if thought he saw someone on the back stick. There was no one there, though. Charlestown are just giving the ball away again. Struggling to keep it, really, even though they're chasing the game. Jets have a pretty good lead so far, and that's fantastic work in the middle there from Kieran Hayes. Ken Harrison now turns his back to the defence. Now tries to face up a little bit. It's a ball in, but it's just a disappointing ball from Harrison behind the goal. Well, flicked on there, but it's going to go for a throw. And in this situation, when you're down 2-0, obviously, it's a bit harder for you, Stewie, because you can't really put the ball in the back of the net.
No.
Back all the way in goals. But I guess from a team's perspective that plays in the NPL, what would kind of be the directions you would think from the coach right now? How do you get back into the game?
Well, you would think, well, with the lads up front, the Burns and Goodchild here, you would think that they would try and utilise them with the physicality that they've got. You know, try and, I don't know, being English, we like to play long ball, you know, and like I said, use their strength and up top. But like I said, you've got Lewis and McNaughton, who are both very good, you know, footballers on the floor, and you know, you've got to try and utilise your players, you know, to the best of their ability. And like I said, Tanch would obviously like to think that, you know, there's a little bit of urgency now from Charlestown, you know, chasing the ball no matter where it goes. And like I said, hopefully, you know, for Tanch's sake, that they can, you know, chase the game. And
great chance here, and it's going to be a shot. Oh, Prosper might have hit both posts, actually. Almost identical to the one Cal Lewis hit in the first half.
It's getting a good workout, isn't it, that bar and post?
Well, it's a good test for it. It's definitely doing its job, I suppose. Absolutely cannoned off the bar then. Nathan Archibald pretty helpless to try and stop that one, but luckily the post came to save, and almost disaster there for Charlestown. Hit the back of Petrados. Cleaned up by Archibald, though, and the Jets really just knocking on the door for that fourth goal. Still haven't been able to find it, and now Charlestown running over the sideline again, unable to keep it. So, I mean, like we were talking about before, Stewie, in terms of how you'd be going forward as Charlestown, would you be trying to play
I think you've just got to
feet or just try and get it long?
I think trying to get it long. I think, I don't know, for me, like, you know, you've got to try and get route one, and the thing is they can't do that. You know, the Jets are making life very hard for them. You know, and like I said, the kids here, you know, they are, you can say they're fit. You know, you look at the manager here, you know, look at him, he might as well just get a pair of shin pads on and boots and off he goes. You know, and like I said, it's coming from him, and it's offloaded onto the players. You know, the work ethic and all that stuff. You know, and like I said, it's you know, it's great to see. But like I said, Charlestown, they've got to be a bit more direct and start utilising what they've got. You know, it's second half. It's, you know, it's been very all Newcastle really. If you see it from that side, and
only about 5 minutes left in this game as well, so not much time to kill. They've got to try and get a goal, and they've got to try and get it soon. Free kick here, just halfway in between, halfway in the 18-yard box. Riley McNaughton on it, not really a wall. Kent Harrison standing in front. They've got all the boys behind the ball at the moment, the Newcastle Jets youth. Going to dink it in, try and get in behind. Chasing for Jamie Burns, but it goes high and wide.
It's a chance.
Could have scored on his debut and put his new side back into the game. And I guess in a way, if the Newcastle Jets youth win, which it looks highly likely it will happen, it's probably could say it's been deserved. They've been very good tonight, very slick, very technical.
Very controlled as well, I think.
And very good in front of goals, which is obviously the big key at the end of the day. Plus, they've scored all 4 goals, so it's probably fair. It's going down to Jericho O'Connor. They're not going to get a free kick, despite some appeals from the bench.
I think that was more of a coming together.
Not long left in this game. Can Charlestown somehow work their way back into it? They're down by 2 at home. Not the way they would have wanted to start 2019. O'Connor now, has that gone over the byline? Referee has said no, play on. Now Charlestown trying to get forward with some quick passes. They're not doing what we said, Stewie. They're going forward with long balls. Trying to play some short, quick passes and get away with it, luckily for them. Come on, ball now on the close side to your screen. He gives it away extremely cheaply. Charlestown needing to score, needing the ball to score, really. They just can't get it. Great ball there. Joey O'Connor with it now. He's going to come back, but he's missed Petrados. Petrados has been out there for almost 90 minutes and has been doing a lot of running, so he's not going to get that. Good child now. Not many Charlestown boys forward despite chasing the game. McNaughton, he's going to come out wider. He's going to get whipped into the box there. Almost landed for bowl at the back. And O'Connor, he's done exceptionally well there in the middle to dispatch the ball away from McNaughton. Referee just saying, take it back.
Together. Come on, Joey.
As we said before, remember you can see every single minute of the NPL Northern New South Wales season on Bar TV Sports this year. Make sure you have liked and subscribed to their main channel as well on Facebook. You can see all the sports, not just football, a whole lot of other sports as well. Jamie Burns now, he's going to try and get into the box, but not to be. Kieran Hayes is of that far side of the corner. He's done well to not give away a corner. Going to be a throw-in instead. But regardless of the results, Stewie, how good is it? Football is back.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? It's good. It's been a long, it feels like it's been a long pre-season, actually. Like, as in, you know, and I'm probably not the only one that said that. And like I said, it's good, and now it'll be coming thick and fast, and then soon we'll have the FFA Cup, right? You know, here very soon. And like I said, I think it's just good that the hype's, you know, everyone's buzzing about it again, and hopefully it's a good, successful year for everybody, you know. And like I said, no more than those boys over across at Lake. So
Jamie Burns looking for Cameron Bowl. He was a bit too far though. He's got it down the left bottom corner. Gives it to Norton. Norton to Lewis. Lewis back to Norton. Can he get a shot away? He can. It's across the face. A goal. Thought there might have been a trailing Jamie Burns there that might have tucked it away, but cleared by Newcastle. And less than a minute to go in regular time. They're down by 2. It's looking sparse for them. And now with the Jets with the ball, it does look like it might just be their game to win. There's some great piece of skill there from Harrison. Petrados gives it to O'Connor. Can he score? Saved by Archibald. Keeps him in it. Goal there would have definitely sealed the deal and might already be over now. Labino Halidi shouting instructions to his team on the bench, telling his forwards to get back. Jamie Burns looking to try and dribble his way through the defence, but not going to work. And another great ball. Archibald coming out to it. He's cleaned up well there. Langway, he's chested it down. Petrados just doing such skillful things. Yeah, it's going to be offside there. And he has had a fantastic game. If I had to give him man of the match, I'd be going straight to him.
Yes.
What a performance from Petrados today.
He's been all over the place, hasn't he? He's certainly caused Charlestown headaches. And like I said, just his sheer energy around, you know, around the back four and stuff. He's been quality.
We see all the highlights at this game is done. Angus Thurgate got the first one in the first half. First goal of the season. Port Macquarie Pele. And Mackie Petrados, he got the second to make it 2-0. And Kieran Hayes, he got the third after a great save by Archibald. He followed him, collected the scraps. And it was an own goal that Charlestown scored to get their goal. And ever since, Charlestown have just been trying to chase that deficit, but to no avail. Jets have just been too good today. And again, a great ball over the top, just skidded away from Ken Harrison there, needed a little bit of backspin. He was looking for someone to give it to. No one's really opening up, and instead he just goes himself. Says no one's going to help me. He's still looking for someone. Finally finds Cal Lewis. Big Norton now, he's going to cross it in, looking on the back stick. They do well in the end. Goalkeeper collects it. And there wouldn't be too long in this half, you'd think. We're into stoppage time. Now, in the referee's hands of when to stop time. Petrados putting pressure on McPherson. Still trying to play their way up front instead of, like you suggested, Chewy, just getting it long, and there's a long one. Come on, Bowl now. He's going to shoot, but it's a pretty duffed kick. Going to go well wide of the goal. Only be a few seconds or so left, you'd think. Less than a minute. We're into stoppage time. And now that you've seen these two sides, I suppose, Chewy, what are you kind of expecting from them going forward?
Well, obviously, Charlestown will obviously got to improve certainly going at the back. You know, it's looking at from our side. You know, it's the Jets have caused some problems. You know, the like I said, Jets going forward, they just look dangerous as, you know,
Matthew
dangerous
Petratos again. Speak of the devil like you're talking about. Stewie Pullen's got it. It's O'Connor. Saved.
Archibald.
He's got a second chance, so he goes for the header, but Archibald gets a second. And even though he's conceded 3 goals, he's been great in goals, Archibald.
He has. He has. He'd be disappointed about the 3, you know, conceding 3 today, but you can, you know, take that aside. He's made some vital saves at the end.
And that will do us here at Lyle Carr Oval. Full time in the first match of 2019 of the NPL Northern New South Wales season. The Newcastle Jets youth running out. Great victors. 3-1 over Charlestown City. An early goal. Well, not really an early goal, but a first half goal to Angus Thurgate to give them the lead, and a second to Matthew Petratos. It was 2-0 at the break, and then starting off the second half, they scored once again through Kieran Hayes. An own goal, kind of put questions over it, but they scrambled together well, they combined together well late on, defended as a unit, and they're coming away with the victory, Stewie.
Yes, they are. And like I said, the Jets have been, well, Jets top of the league. And, you know, and like I said, that'll do wonders for them. And like I said, you can tell that they've had a good summer, and like I said, coming into today, and they've certainly set the standard for this year. You know, and like I said, they're going to be you know, could they be a dark horse as well? You know, they look fit, they look sharp. You know, they look very good going forward, and you know, they look the complete package today. So overall, you would say that Jets deserved the win.
Well, I guess in terms of, we kind of spoke about it throughout the game, but in terms of standouts, who would you kind of say was really the guys that won the game like them today?
Petratos was just outstanding. You know, you break it down into the first half, you look at Noah James saves, you know, and then, yeah, but like I said, Petratos, Barker, and them two going forward, and Thurgate first half, I think that was the damage done, really. And like I said, yeah, they've looked very good. So
too easy. Well, I guess we better get going, Stewie.
We have, mate.
It's cold here. The Mozzies are about. But thank you, everyone, for joining us today, or tonight, I should say. It's been a pleasure to be able to bring this to you. The first game of the NPL 2019 season. It's been a great one as well. Some great goals to start off the campaign, and it's only going to get better across the weekend. We got another game tomorrow night, 7:45 from Rockwell Automation Park at Western between the Bears and Olympic. Then on Saturday night we've got 2 games, Adamstown up against Valentine, as well as your Lake Macquarie, Stewie up against Lambton, and then we finished it off with an absolute cracker, the grand final rematch between Broadmeadow Magic and the Edgeworth Eagles. So make sure you stay tuned for those ones. They'll be absolutely fantastic games. But from us, Stewie, thank you for joining me, mate. It's been a pleasure having you on board.
Thank you for having me, mate. I've enjoyed every second of it.
And for everyone else, thank you for watching once again. Make sure you like Bar TV Sports on Facebook and follow them on Twitter and all those other social networks. But until next time, it is bye from us here at Lyle Carr Oval.